Hey, what's up guys? Ken here from the Retro Toyscapades channel. If you're new here and enjoying the content, do take a moment to subscribe so that I can keep bringing you more pop culture commentary that you didn't ask for. So some big retro news today blasting out of the Mattel showcase at SDCC 2019, and it's the return of He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, this time with more power-packed articulation. So we're getting these reports and images of the Masters of the Universe Facebook page which shared the news, and it looks like Mattel will release a new Masters of the Universe line subtitled Origins, which should differentiate it from all the other waves that came before through the decades, such as the Vintage line, the Animated line, the Classics, the 2002 line, the Super 7 era, and so on. So this marks the first time since the 1980s that Mattel is revisiting the vintage styling of its original Masters of the Universe line of toys and looking to improve on it with greater articulation. Now the original had 6 points of articulation. This new one reportedly has 16. You can pretty much get it to do anything, even maybe a handstand on Battlecat. Okay, so look, all of this sounds great except for the fact that it doesn't exactly sound quite that fresh either, as we have had revisits to the vintage He-Man look several times over in the last few years, with Super 7 releasing an updated version with a taller 8-inch body and even one in the classic 5.5-inch body style just with a new sculpt. So it isn't exactly like there's been a shortage of old school style He-Man merchandise in the market. In fact, there's kind of been a surplus. It's just been really hard to find, or more likely hoarded up by stores and collectors who charge a premium for it. Now don't get me wrong, the new articulation sounds amazing, freaking amazing, but somehow I get the feeling that even if you were fortunate enough to get one of these things, you would probably never even open it up to play with. No, you'd want to keep it nice and pretty in its original package so that you will get to enjoy it in its original form all the time. You'll probably just be content with watching a video of someone else unboxing and reviewing it. Now, I'm not saying that it's the same for everyone, but come on guys, for most of you, this will be another collector's piece that will be kept on card and likely never opened anytime soon and manipulated into 1,000 different poses or so. Now, it could just be me also, but I'm not really quite blown away by the haircut. It seems too yellow in contrast with the rest of the figure's tanned body, like there's a flower bowl on He-Man's head. And I kind of think that I would have liked a more neutral facial expression instead of the angry one that he has here, which makes him look like he's about to completely lose his shit. The original He-Man figure from 1981 had a really steely-eyed gaze and a confident expression. He already knows that he's the most powerful man in the universe. He doesn't need to show that he's about to act on it. And somehow, I could be wrong on this, but I don't recall He-Man in the cartoon ever having an expression of just balls out rage in any of the episodes. Do leave a comment if there was ever an episode from the classic cartoon in which he just went into full-on berserker mode and had this expression on his face to go with it. Now guys, honestly, what could get me excited is if these figures were made available again in mass distribution. As in, you could walk into a department store and these would be right there on the shelves next to the Transformers or My Little Pony. Now I can't tell you how long it's been since we've had that. No, wait, I can. Not since the 2002 animated series ended. And ever since then, you could only get a He-Man toy online from a website or from a hobby store 100 miles from where you live. Now, if you follow the channel, guys, you'll know that I live in Malaysia, and Malaysia has one of the biggest Mattel toys production factories in the world. Now, back in the 1980s, a huge chunk of all the He-Man toys that were sold in the world came from Malaysia. And if you are a He-Man collector, you probably already know that the Malaysian He-Man models are special. Unlike the units that came from Taiwan or anywhere else, the made in Malaysia He-Man figures had the hard plastic heads instead of the squishy ones that you could find everywhere else. That's right, for the bulk of the He-Man figures that were produced, you could squeeze their heads flat if you used your fingers to press against them. Not so with the Malaysian He-Man ones. So hey, I hope that things come back full circle. Now He-Man is the franchise that made Mattel toys great and rich beyond its wildest dreams. It was the world's first and biggest boys branded toy line that wasn't based on a live action movie. It's time to bring it back. I hope that Mattel Malaysia starts producing He-Man toys again to be exported to the entire world and starts making them available for everyone at the local toy store. Don't make people have to look for these on a website. Put them on shelves so that people can see them in front of their eyes and spend their entire month's salary at one go just to get every single figure, vehicle, accessory, and piece of role-playing clothing that's on offer. Just anything that you guys have, we'll buy it. Okay, so guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the new He-Man toys and what your He-Man toy collection is like. And do show your support by liking and sharing this video and also subscribing to the channel. I want to have all the power in the universe as well. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys again real soon.